Josh, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I'm pretty proud of our Beach Patrol coverage over the last. By the way, this is last week we started our 8th year here at ESPN, Josh.
Yeah, you've been doing the Beach Patrol even before you got here, though.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
we got to give credit to that.
And the reason why, Andrew, I don't know if you're familiar, but not only do these guys and gals provide a very important service to the communities that they live in, they save lives. They're very competitive, and we have the races throughout the summer. And if you haven't gone down to a race, you really need to do so because, Josh, as you had illustrated, this is a part of the fabric of South Jersey.
Yeah, this is a huge part. You won't find this in most of the country.
No.
This is very exclusive to South Jersey. The competition between the different beach patrols, it is a staple of pride. When you walk around South Jersey, most towns, you know exactly where the Beach Patrol is. For example, in Sea Isle, it's on 44th Street. In Avalon, it's near 31st Street, And next
Ocean
up,
City's at First Street.
I was going to say, next up, we'll talk about Ocean City, right, Billy?
Yeah. So let's go to the Beach Patrol report brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue. Knowledge, experience, integrity, dedication. For rental and sales, call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey lifeguarding news and racing schedules, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, celebrating 125 years of protecting the beachgoers. Alumni events will take place all summer long, so stay locked into the Beach Patrol report for times and dates of all the exciting events planned for this summer. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in our first guest to kick it off, former Ocean City lifeguard, who's now the head of the Alumni Association, the one and only Jack Brooks. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I've been around a long time. I'm going to remind you, many years ago, ESPN did 50 states in 50 days of sporting events, and they covered the lifeguard championships in Ocean City, New Jersey, of the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships. That was
Jack,
really impressed.
and you know what they did too, Jack? They rolled was it a flatbed truck onto the beach where they had the band and the stage and everything. I'll never forget.
It was a rock concert for lifeguards, I'll tell you that.
That was so much fun.
One of the highlights of my life.
Yeah, I'd say. So, Jack, tell us a little bit about, I really appreciate you guys, the alumni. You're celebrating 125 years there in Ocean City. You guys are sponsoring the Beach Patrol Report along with McCann Realtors, who also, Tommy and John McCann, do a great job and have represented the Beach Patrols really well in Seattle and Wildwood. But tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing this year.
Well, we celebrated the 100th anniversary 25 years ago, and people had such a great summer that year, and it really formulated our Alumni Association in a deep way. And so over the last year, we planned behind the scenes, and then the winter with the City of Ocean City, Doug Bergen, the PR chief, Eric Becker, the operations director, Alan Karras, John McShane, and myself, and we really said, how are we going to do this for 125 years? Number one was you, because you guys cover the South Jersey racing like nobody else does, and it's always great to see everybody on the beach. So we decided what we would do is not create any one event, but a summer of events piggybacking on all the great things that Ocean City does and highlighting the Beach Patrol's interaction. So that was how we started this, and we're really ready to go now. It's been a lot of months of planning, and it's go time.
I got to tell you, Jack, growing up on the Beach Patrol, I was John McShane's mascot. Of course, I've known you for a long time. You put a lot of work and effort into keeping Ocean City's Beach Patrol relevant with great racers and making sure that the work has not been forgotten of guards from the past.
You're right. And Ocean City has a rich history. Literally, the book of Ocean City's Beach Patrol was written by Fred Miller. We have a museum that is not like any other beach patrols, where people have brought back things or we've maintained the history. So we literally go back to 125 years of everybody's rookie year that ever sat on the lifeguard stand, whether they were a competitor or not.
Hey, Jack.
And I think that this is great.
Jack, now this year we have two Schweims on the Beach Patrol, my nephews Colin and Cody. Or, a matter of fact, I believe even Colin started working today. So we're really proud of those fellas.
You know, Chief Becker wanted me to make sure I said that on the program, not as a plug, but as a reward for dedicated guys in your lineage. So they're the positive influence on the family tree, let's say.
I know my brother's really proud of the boys. And, you know, my mom's 102 years old. And, you know, you
God
know,
bless.
my mom loved the beach. But you know what she keeps saying? Because obviously her memory's, not as good as it once was. But she kept saying, now, where are those boys working this summer? I know it's somewhere big. And it's on the Beach Patrol.
It is. And, you know, this year, next Friday, the big kickoff of Memorial Day weekend, Ocean City has a fine tradition of unlocking the ocean, the businessmen marching into the water for the first time, and the Beach Patrol this year, in turning that key for the 125th year, it's going to be special. There's going to be a lot of equipment, history of boats on the beach and things like that right there on Friday. So based on the weather report, we expect to have a big turnout right there at the Music Pier at 11 o'clock.
Well, Jack, I'm proud to be working with you this year in the Ocean City Beach Patrol Alumni Association. We're kicking it off this week, but in next week we'll start in earnest interviewing captains and chiefs and even some of the racers prior to these events, and looking forward to a great summer with you.
Well, we certainly are too, and I'm glad I'm back. You know, I know there's been a high demand for me to be back on the radio program after a few years of hiatus, and you know, I purposefully wanted him to beg for more. So I'm really looking forward to it, and the Alumni is so happy to support your program and all that you have done for South Jersey. So all summer long, we'll bring the Beach Patrol report, and it's not about us. It's not a celebration unless you have other people celebrating the fine arts. So as we say, lifeguards for life, whether you've worked on any beach in South Jersey or any beach in America.
Yep.
It's lifeguards that make the difference in public safety.
All right, Jack Brooks, thank you so much. And we're going to now move on to our next guest, who's a former chief of the Longport Beach Patrol. And I'm talking about a few years ago when Longport won its first South Jersey Lifeguard Championship, the euphoria, the celebration. It's really capsulized what it means to win, how important it is to these communities. So let's go back to the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline and welcome in our good buddy, Dan Adams. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, good morning, Billy. How are you?
Dan, I'm so excited. We just talked with Jack Brooks of the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. I am so excited that we have McCann Realtors on board and we have the Ocean City Beach Patrol Alumni Association because I am so excited about another summer of covering the Beach Patrol.
Yeah, you know, Billy, absolutely. And to segue into, Jack finishing up, it's all about life saving. It's all about providing a service to the people. And, lifeguard racing is great, and we talk about it, and it's a great time, and we enjoy it. But in the end, it's all about making the beaches safe and making sure that the people are safe when they're out there enjoying their day.
Dan, I want to relive the moment when you first won the South Jersey Lifeguard Champions. I believe it was down in Avalon. I will never forget how much that meant to you and your patrol and the legacy that you started. I'll never forget it.
Billy, it was something else. After Mike and Sean had a strong finish in the doubles, we saw Tepper come out of the water fourth or fifth, and he outran some people, and he got that place that we needed. And then we knew it was down to that final race, the singles, and basically Mike McGrath just had to beat Chuck Gowdy. No matter what, as long as he beat and was in the top five, we'd come home victorious. And Mike pulled it off, and what a great day, and what a great day for Longport. And you remember being there and watching Mike look up to the sky. There was no doubt that Mike Sr. was there with us, and he was definitely part of that boat and part of that crew to win that championship. And then they went on and, kind of a dynasty, to win 5 consecutive races in a row. It's never been done consecutively in that manner. People have won 5, but never consecutively in that manner. So hats off to Mike McGrath, Sean Duffy, Joey and John Tepper. We wouldn't have been able to do it without their excellent swimming abilities.
And Jack, I mean, Dan, you know, it reminds me of a little bit. Do you remember the beginning of ABC's Wide World of Sports, the human drama of athletic competition, spanning the globe to bring you the best athletes around? Just seeing Tepper run up the beach, that's left an indelible imprint in my brain. And I recommend it to casual people that just come down for the weekends or spend a week here. If you can get to one of these races, you really get to appreciate it. You know, it's a South Jersey tradition.
Absolutely. And you know, and how much you have done for lifeguarding and promoting lifeguarding and the races and the South Jersey Chiefs Association. You know, without your support and without your, you know, week in, week out report, you know, the information wouldn't be out there and everybody wouldn't be abreast to what we get and what we know as far as lifeguard racing and as far as beach safety. And, you know, I still, you know, we got to look back to the second time we won, and John Tepper won that race. He won the swim that second year in 2017. And, you know, the Teppers, they were a dynasty when it came to swimming. And you know, shame Longport had to lose Joey last year, but, you know, they still had some strong swimmers. You know, young Pat Armstrong did a great job in the jerseys in his first debut as a rookie. So to that, and we look forward to the future.
Hey, Dan, it's Josh. I just wanted to you touched on something I thought was important for us to bring out, which is this is a weekly beach patrol report. So, and obviously the priority of the lifeguards, you know, is the public safety. So the weekend before Memorial Day weekend, what is the message that you have for everyone getting ready to start coming down to the shore?
Hey, you know, the beaches are going to be open, they're going to be protected, but they're not going to be at full staff. So you have to swim near a lifeguard and only swim when lifeguards are present. Follow their orders. They're the trained professionals. They know what they're doing, and they're going to be out there to keep you safe. So just listen to them, heed their warnings, and follow their directions. Never swim alone, obviously, and never swim when lifeguards are off duty. I mean, I know people like to enjoy the beach, and almost every beach patrol has the alert team, but they usually don't start till about 4th of July weekend, where the lifeguard emergency response team is out there every night. So just heed the lifeguards' warnings. When they have the flags up telling you red flag for warning, take their advice and be safe and follow their directions.
Great message, Dan Adams. And as always, we look forward to a great summer season of racing, 2023 summer. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, we'll be covering. We're not going to be able to do the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships because the Eagles will be on again on August 11th, Friday, August 11th. So that kind of smarts. But we will be there for the Margates, and we'll also be in negotiations for maybe doing the Dutch Hoffmans or maybe the Avalon race this year.
Yeah, absolutely, Billy. And I'm actually looking at the team scoring. You know me, I'm looking at the stuff, the color commentary. So I'm looking at the scoring from last year's South Jerseys, and you know we got to touch on a couple people. You know, the Blair brothers winning their first doubles row last year. Chuck Gowdy jumping in the boat with Bob Bechtel getting second, and then followed up by Mike McGrath and Sean Duffy in third. And then you got the Savell brothers who finished it off.
Brigantine.
And then you had, you know, the crew from Avalon, Gary Nagel and Dave Gillian. You know, tough crews. But then you get to the swim, and I'll tell you what, Dolan Grisbaum brushed it, and he crushed it pretty much all season. But, hey, Zach Vassar came in there and got second for Margate. Yeah, Avalon did win. Zach Vassar got second. And then Dylan DeWitt from Ocean City was third, followed by Andrew Taylor from Sea Isle and Brendan Lewis from Wildwood in fifth. And then what a singles race. You know, that was called down to the wire.
Yeah.
You could have gone either way on that. And Chris Spires to win his second South Jersey championship in a matter of, a few years is amazing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dan, the competitiveness of these races is second to none. That's why we cover them. Listen, Jack, Dan, we've got to run. I really appreciate it. I look forward to working with you this summer.
Absolutely, and stay safe. Just tell the people out there, follow the lifeguards' warning, stay safe, and enjoy the summer. That's why we're there. That's why lifeguards are there, for your safety and for your protection.
All right, there he is, Dan Adams on the Beach Patrol Report. We'll talk to you, Dan, on the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Highline. I want to remind people the Beach Patrol Report is brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue. Knowledge, experience, integrity, and dedication for rental and sales. Call 609 263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey lifeguarding news and racing schedules. They got a tab on that website, which, by the way, the McCanns are synonymous with lifeguarding in South Jersey, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, celebrating 125 years of protecting beachgoers. Alumni events will take place all summer long, so stay locked into the Beach Patrol report for times and dates for all the exciting events planned for this summer.